Hey, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to Life Mastery Decoded, where I help you decode the struggles in your life in the areas of health, wealth, relationships, and spirituality with mind mastery, emotional management, and meditation. Welcome to today's podcast. Hey ladies, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode where I hope I am finding women warriors ready to overcome any obstacle. If you are not ready to overcome any obstacle, then please let me have the intention of giving you one nugget of inspiration towards your transformation today. So today, women warriors, we are ready to go. We are ready to overcome. We are ready to bust through to get our goals, to reach our goals, finally, something that we've been working on for a really long time. I do a couple of talks at our expos, and I always start out with, how many of you have problems in here? And everybody raises their hand. I just did a podcast a couple days ago about focus, and focus is the foundation of meditation, and it totally is. And we're going to talk about it a little bit today. It's the ability to focus on your goals and keep that in your mind. Keep the focus there. And then I say, how many of you have been working on that problem for 100 years? And pretty much everybody raises their hand. Of course, there's a bunch of laughter and stuff. And I say, and how many of you know that meditation can help you solve that problem and get to your goal? And it is about focus. Meditation is about focus. Well, when you have a goal that's out here and you're here, so your goal is at arm's length all the way out here, and you're right here where your body is, right? And you set your goal, and you think about your goal, and you talk about your goal, and you do a vision board, and you pray about it, and you meditate on it, and you visualize it, and you do all these things, and you're like, how come I'm not any closer? Why am I not reaching? How come I'm not getting through these things? Well, there's a lot of fear involved. So pretend I have an audience, you're part of that audience, and we are women warriors getting ready to go on a quest. If we're getting ready to go on a quest because we have to rescue the queen or the king or somebody, and we have to uncover this magical medallion, we are doing what? As we're sitting in this audience and I'm pumping you up and I'm saying, okay, we're going to change the world. We got to get this medallion and we got to go through these things. We're going to face bad guys and we're going to go through difficult weather and weird, crazy animals along the way. I mean, think of a movie where there's a quest. It's some sort of adventurous movie where he's going from here to here, and he's going to go through all of these challenges and all these obstacles. When we're in this group, and you're in my audience, and I'm pumping you up, and I'm telling you, and we are preparing. We are preparing ourselves. We are preparing ourselves for this challenge. So let's say now you're in my audience, and I give everybody a sword. I'm like, okay, so now we're going to split up in groups, and we're going to practice our sword swinging skills, and we're going to fight each other, and all we're doing again is preparing. So when you set a goal, I really want to make 100 grand in my business this year, next year, whatever. I want 25 more clients this month. I want to have a baby. I want to go to college. I want to change jobs and careers. I want to move to Nebraska. Don't ever move to Nebraska. There's nothing in Nebraska. I don't know why you would move there. So you are what? You are preparing, you're visualizing your goal, you're thinking about the things that you want. So you're mentally starting to prepare. That's the first stage of moving. It's the first stage of change. It's the first stage of overcoming the obstacle. So the next is, as you are doing that, is you're setting your goal and you're getting all geeked about it, and yay, I'm going to lose weight, or I'm going to find the person of my dreams, or I'm going to buy or build a new house, or I'm going to make more money. You get all excited about it. But then what happens is, as you start going along, you have to do what? You have to make decisions. So in that making of decisions, you are overcoming or working through obstacles. So right now, if we use weight loss or we use making more money in our business, I have to now change things that I'm doing. That's an obstacle. I have to overcome change. I have to overcome adversity. And so as I'm standing here in this point, and I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to do this thing. I'm excited about it. The next thing is we're preparing ourselves. So now I stand and go, what would be the likely obstacles in the way of making more money, getting more clients, losing weight, moving to a new city? What would be the likely obstacles that I would face? And now make a list of those obstacles. So the next is preparing myself mentally, but now what I'm going to do is prepare myself emotionally. So emotionally, I'm saying, oh, okay, well, I want to lose weight, or I want to do this thing, or whatever the goal is. And I say, okay, what are my obstacles? Well, I'm going to not know what to eat. Okay. So you write that down. I don't know what to eat. I don't know how I'm going to get more clients. Okay. Write that down. I don't know how I'm going to make more money. Okay. Write that down. Now, when you go back and you look at that list and you realize, I don't know how. If I'm a warrior going on a quest, I don't know how to fight bad guys. I don't know how to ride a horse. I don't know what to do in quicksand. I don't know what to do in freezing temperatures. I don't know what to do when finding food out in the wild. I mean, these are all, this is all kind of trying to be funny as you're talking about this big adventure, but that's what you're doing. You're seeing your goal, and where you are in this present moment, you are looking down the road towards your goal to see what are the likely things that are going to get in my way. Then you start moving towards intuitively trying to solve that problem. Okay, I don't know how to get more clients. Okay, well, I could meditate on it. I could do a client attraction meditation. I could put myself out there a little bit more. I could make more posts in my Facebook group to become somebody that they would want to work with. I would be able to overcome some of these things because I am now preparing in this mental state, in this emotional state. I am looking at the obstacles that are likely to get in my way, and then I am finding solutions to those obstacles. Because if we don't prepare, if we don't think about our goal and find our path, that's the preparing part. Then there's the what might get in my way part, and then there's the emotionally preparing yourself part. If I just throw my goal out there, I want to lose 20 pounds, and then I just start going, I'm not likely to succeed. Because as soon as I face resistance, I'm probably going to quit. As soon as I go, well, yeah, but I don't know what to eat. Boom, done. I'm going to go back to eating what I've normally eaten that has gotten me to the weight I'm at, which is going to create zero success, which then I'm going to say, see, it doesn't work for me. I'm not good enough. Okay. So when I am mentally preparing, I am looking at the ideal, or I'm looking at the common obstacles that are going to get in my way if I go on this quest. Then I'm going to prepare myself. How can I get over this? What do I have to learn to bring in new clients, or lose weight, or make more money, or to get the man or woman of my dreams? What do I need to do? The next is to be decisive. Be decisive. And if you are not decisive, go back and listen to my podcast I just did, the last one, number 35, that I just did about using your intuition to become more decisive, tapping into these really highly powerful tools that will help you. Because as you learn to tap into your intuition, let your intuition guide you, finding success after intuition has guided you, you are going to become more and more confident. As you become more and more confident, you are now one of the top warriors in the room. And everybody has seen, have you guys ever seen The Never-Ending Story? And they go find this warrior, and it happens to be this young kid. And this kid shows up and they're all laughing like, no, wait, we wanted this warrior that was like the top-notch warrior. Somebody who has the confidence, somebody who really knows what we're doing, somebody who can really help us accomplish the goal. And that is Atreyu. Atreyu is our warrior. That's what you want. He has been preparing, even though he's young, he has been preparing. He is really skilled. He is really strong. He has the foresight to prepare for the obstacles that are going to get in his way. He's going to, I don't know what to do if I come across the moat that is the sadness moat that's going to make me feel really depressed. I don't know what to do. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. And I prepare. I don't know what to do if I'm going to fight the nothing, and I'm going to need this sword, or I'm going to need this positive attitude, or I'm going to need this support, or I'm going to need this thing. I'm preparing. Once I prepare, I am more confident. When I'm more confident, I am more likely to take the steps necessary to get the thing that I want. Does that make sense? So I live in northern Michigan. If I'm going to drive to Miami, I have to think about those obstacles. There might be construction, so I'm going to save myself some time in getting to where I want to go. Maybe it's winter, so I need to prepare with stuff, emergency things in my car, that in case something happens to the car and it's really cold and we have to walk somewhere, we've got the stuff that we need to be safe. I'm preparing. Okay. Another thing that you can do if you've become prepared, you are mentally prepared, emotionally prepared, you're setting your goals, you're looking at those obstacles, you're figuring out ways to overcome those obstacles, and then you are coming up with those answers and learning to be decisive. So I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to test how I'm doing. If I want to lose 20 pounds, I'm going to stand here and I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to eat this, this, and this, because that's the very first thing I want to change is what I'm eating. Okay, and now I'm going to figure out the tools I need to overcome each and every one of those obstacles. Okay, I eat a lot of sugary things. Okay, I need to figure out how to stop eating sugary things. Ooh, I know. I'm going to release the craving. I'm going to release the grip that sugary sweets have over me. Done. Check. Okay, I'm going to drink more water. Okay, how do I do that? Like, what if I don't like water, which I do, I love water, but what if I didn't? I'm going to figure out a way to enjoy water. Check. Now I'm going to figure out what am I going to eat. Now I'm going to look at some recipes. I'm going to look at my calories and go, oh my gosh, a bowl of pasta is this many calories, but a bowl of rice is this many calories? Sweet, I'm going to move over to rice. Now let's figure out some rice dishes so I can get excited about it. Obstacle, overcome, check. Now I'm building confidence because now I know what I'm doing. Okay? When the next is using your support systems, using your community to lean on in the time of need, or in the time of celebration, or in the time of struggle. Leaning on your community. That is exactly what I'm trying to create in my Lady Rising group. And I can't tell you, time and time and time again, I hear clients or these women say, yeah, but my mood was really low. That's why I missed last week's call. I didn't want to depress everybody. And I just want to throw myself around and say, that's the perfect time to come to the call. We are here to support you. Don't ever think, so many times women think that if I ask for help, it's a sign of weakness. No, deciding to stay in the struggle by yourself is unnecessary. It's unnecessary. It takes a lot of courage to come on a call with tears in your eye and in your eyes and your hair messed up because you haven't slept in 4 days, or all you've done is laid around in bed and you've gained 10 pounds in a week because you're so depressed. That is a perfect time to lean on your community. That is what the community is for. We are a fully accepting community. And I will tell you what, and I hope that you really truly hear me when I say this, I would never let a community bring judgment. Never. Never. Because I have been there. I have tried to lean on communities when I was probably 15, 16, 18, and I couldn't because they were so judgmental. Please don't fear that. It is in my blood to create a safe space for women to be themselves. Good, bad, ugly, sad, depressed, anxious, angry, anything, beautiful, harmonious, lovely, everything. Everything under the sun. It is my goal, and I take it so serious, to create a safe space. If there's ever any chance that somebody is going to be judged in there, then that person is not going to be welcome in my group. Because every single woman on this planet deserves a safe space to go and be themselves. So when you are feeling at your lowest, that is a perfect time to reach out to your community and just say, hey, you know what? I feel like shit and I need some help. And I need somebody to come in and to just be here for me. And that is us. That is what we do. So leaning on your community is such a vital point to make, to just be able to grow and to be able to have that foundation to stand on when you are at a low point. So that is another way to prepare for those obstacles, is where's my community? Because you are going to have some setbacks. That's just part of the obstacle. That's what makes it such a great adventurous movie and such a great adventurous life. Otherwise, it'd be Pleasantville and it would be boring and you wouldn't have much story to tell. But oh my gosh, I went through this treacherous terrain. I had to climb this mountain and I had to go around it, and I fell a couple times, and then the snow, and I had frostbite and I starved, and it was like I had to build this fire, and it was so tiny, but it warmed my fingertips. And then I was faced with this lion and this tiger and this gorilla, and it was just great. That's the story we're creating. And then I got to this village, and they gave me food and shelter and water, and they fed my horse, and they took care of me, and they bandaged my cuts and my bruises. They helped to heal me. I was there for a couple of weeks, and they healed me. Does that sound like weakness to you? No, it sounds like support as you're moving through your journey. I just can't emphasize it enough. I'm shocked, and all it tells me is how important we need communities in our lives, is how many women just say, I can't because of, I feel so terrible. That's the time to come in. So as we are mentally, emotionally preparing, I would say physically prepare. And that physical preparedness is you are standing and acting as if you are on that quest. It's just like your sword skill class. You're swinging that sword around, you're preparing those muscles. Is when you are doing this and getting ready is to practice. Practice making a decision. Say it out loud. I am ready. I am going. Yes, I am moving towards this goal. I have made a decision. And then feel how it feels as you're even faking this confidence. I am starting that job. I am quitting that job. I am moving to Florida. I am taking this thing. I am losing that weight. I am quitting my job and becoming an entrepreneur. I'm going to be a mom. I'm leaving this relationship. I'm entering into this relationship. I'm this or that or whatever. Make the decision. Say it out loud and see what happens and see how you feel. And I think when we prepare ourselves for what's to come, when we have goals, it really is about becoming present in your life about what it is that you want to create and taking the ceiling off. Do you remember being in art class when you're like second, third, fourth grade? And all of these teachers, I don't know about your art class, but mine was like this. All of my art teachers then, not my high school art teachers, but my elementary school teachers, art teachers, would have us all create the same thing. We're going to make an owl and it's going to look exactly like mine. We're going to paint a tree and it's going to be the same colors as mine. And they all look exactly the same. When you are creating your life, it should not look the same as your neighbors. But they kind of embedded that in us. And I told Cameron, who's our youngest, when he wanted to have his hair look a little different, or he wanted to wear this leather biker jacket to school. And I said, listen, right now in your life is where you get to live authentically. And you choose authentic, or like a rainbow trout, or you choose to be like everyone else and to conform and be exactly like everyone else, like salmon, who just thousands by thousands, they swim up the river, they lay their eggs, they die. Salmon, thousands of them, all swimming in the same direction. Or be a unique rainbow trout that does not swim in a school and they shine their colors everywhere they go. I said, so do you want to be a salmon or do you want to be a rainbow trout? Because by the time all these salmon get to be adult, all these salmon, these kids get to be adults, they're going to spend the second half of their life trying to be authentic because they're going to get sick of being exactly like everyone else. So your last name isn't Jones. Don't try to be a Jones. Try to be something different. So wear the leather jacket, but you choose, do I live in my authentic or my authenticity right now? Or am I going to wait till I'm an adult and live my authentic life? And so I'm asking you, in this place of making a decision and trying to find your goals and trying to achieve those goals, are you going to be like everyone else, where you're just going to set the goal, you're going to do a few little things, you're going to face resistance, and you're going to quit? Because that's what everyone does. That's such a popular thing. You hardly see people really achieve their goals. So I'm asking you, are you going to be a salmon or are you going to be a rainbow trout? Because in a rainbow trout, you're going to do the work to mentally, emotionally prepare yourself for these obstacles. Because there's going to be obstacles. Sometimes I get lost in this little thought cloud that says, oh, once I make a decision, there's not going to be an obstacle. And sometimes I face resistance and I'm like, ugh, I put this thing out and nobody signed up for it. I wanted to do this women's retreat and I planned and I prepared and I did all these documents and I printed all these things and I contacted all these people and I rented the space and I put this thing out and not one person signed up for it. Guess what? I didn't put it out again for years. I didn't talk about a women's retreat. I wasn't going to do one. Nobody signed up for it. A little bit of resistance. I didn't prepare. I didn't prepare for the disappointment where I should have said, what if nobody signs up? I need to prepare for that. What if I don't get the job? What if I ask the person out on a date and they say no? What if? So coming up with those obstacles. I know you can do it. I'm here to support you. Check us out in Lady Rising. Tell us what your goal is. Tell us what it is you're trying to achieve. Put it out there. Have a little courage to say, you know what? I'm going to Egypt. I'm going to uncover the medallion. It's okay. I don't care what your goal is. This is about you living your life. This is about you stepping into your warrior. This is about you choosing the path that is right for you. And we want to be your community. We want to be able to help you. So tell us what goal you have and tell us what obstacles you think you see. What obstacles might get in your way, and allow us to support you on this journey. I would love and be honored to support you in your journey to success. I'll see you next time. If you liked this episode, please share this with 3 of your friends. And if you like this episode and look forward to future episodes, please consider making a small monthly donation to help support this podcast. If you're looking for a community to join and have more access to me, then consider joining one of my communities. Chakras for Beginners is an energy-based community that is highly active and growing every day. Lady Rising is a sistership community where the focus is on spiritual support and empowerment. We hold monthly calls and talk about topics just as like today's episode. We also have an online store where we can meet your meditation and chakra needs with products for your journey. You can visit us at www.themeditationroomtc.com. Thank you for joining me and being a valued listener.